Today we are going to introduce a yakshik, or steamed sweet rice, which is a popular dessert for any holiday feast. It is steamed for a long time and a lot of healthy ingredients are added. You can enjoy the sweet flavor and unique texture of steamed sweet rice. If you are looking for a Korean version of Western party pudding, this may be it.
안녕하세요. Hi everyone, I'm Jung Hwa-young. It's time again for More Than Kimchi. Today I'd like to introduce yakshik, steamed sweet rice mixed with various healthy ingredients such as chestnuts, pine nuts, and jujubes. Yakshik is a well-loved, popular dessert for special occasions or holidays. Before I go any further, let's say hello to Mrs. Han Bok-sun, who's our cooking instructor today.
네,
선생님 안녕하세요.
안녕하십니까?
오늘도 오셔서 감사합니다.
네, 고맙습니다.
We also have Eve Treza with us as our guest today. Hello, Eve.
Hello, nice to be here.
have you today.
Very nice to be here.
So today we are making yakshik. Have you heard that before?
I haven't.
Oh,
I
great.
haven't, so I'm
today
looking
is your
forward to
chance.
something
Yes.
new. Yes.
So before we start cooking, let's take a look at the ingredients that we need to make yakshik, steamed sweet rice. Here, of course, I have sweet rice. The flavor is not sweet, but we call sweet rice compared to regular rice. So this is sweet rice. You can see a little bit of opaque.
Yes.
And the regular
A little
rice
whiter.
Yes, it's kind of transparent and a little yellowish. So we have rice here, sweet rice, and we have chestnuts, pine nuts, and jujubes. Chestnuts, you can buy just fresh chestnuts, or you can buy dried forms, then you just soak it in water. And then here we have spice there. For sweet flavor, we have a brown sugar and regular sugar and honey. And for black color, we have soy sauce and caramel sauce. And for extra flavor, we have sesame oil, and which is kepigaru, which means powdered cinnamon. So those are the extra flavor we're going to use today. So shall we start with the rice first?
네, 그러죠.
So this sometimes you might hear as a glutinous rice
Yes.
because it becomes very sticky once you cook. So these are the sweet rice that's been already soaked in water for about 8 hours or so.
8 hours,
Yes,
that long.
yes, 6 or 8 hours for a long time. you
Yes.
know? Yes.
이렇게 돼서
So we
물을
drain the water, and first thing what we have to do is we steam them for about an hour.
이렇게 한 다음에 이걸
Is
이제
this
쪄야
rice
돼요.
only
Yes.
used for sweet dishes?
Sweet dishes, or sometimes Korean rice cake. This is a very main ingredients that we use a lot. It doesn't have to be sweet.
Sweet, I
So
see.
we are adding sugar later to make the flavor sweet. But the rice itself is also called sweet rice or glutinous rice. So these should be steamed for about an hour. So we already start steaming hour ago.
도중에 한 번 소금물을 좀 이렇게
Yeah,
뿌려주세요.
yeah. And while you are cooking, a couple times what we do is we sprinkle salted, just to fresh water, just to even the cooking. So we will pull it apart, open it.
Yeah, it looks a little glossy, this rice.
Yes, different from regular
Yes.
rice. Just a little bit of water you're sprinkling. The purpose is for the even cooking.
And this takes about an hour
Takes
here.
about an
as you-
hour, yes. We'll cover it and put the lid back and leave it there for a while.
이렇게 돼서 두면은 이제 저게
Yes.
충분히 쌀이 이제 물러졌으면 이제 일단 좀 내려놔 주시겠어요?
And then we'll put down the top one. Yes.
네.
Okay. And I'll put this back over
네.
there.
그래서 요거 찐 거는
Yeah.
한번
So
보지요.
these are the sweet rice steamed for about an hour. So
What quantity of rice did you put here? Does it grow a lot?
Oh
this
yes,
rice?
yeah. When you soak it, if you soak about 5 cups, it becomes about 7 cups. So that's how it increases the amount. And I would like you to taste a little bit.
You have to know when it's
Yes,
ready.
Yeah. So for steaming for about an hour will make it a good time. So it's very different from regular rice.
Yeah, but
Isn't
it's
it?
not
Looks-
sweet.
It's
But
not
it's not sweet
Just
in
name
taste.
is
Yeah,
sweet
just
rice or glutinous rice.
그래요.
So what shall we do with this rice?
그다음에는
now?
이제 이
Yes.
밥은 뜨겁게 이제 놔두시고요.
Yeah. So we'll keep this cooked or steamed sweet rice aside.
다음에는 이제 그 까만색을 드리기
Yes.
위해서
Yeah.
이제 그 캐러멜 소스를 만들어야 돼요.
And yeah, so yakshik is a dark black glossy color or dark brown. And for the color, we are using caramel sauce and also soy sauce. And making those caramel sauce is universal. You just put water and the sugar, and you are not stirring until it bubbles. So we'll just let it sit for a while. And the caramel sauce over there is we already prepared. Real dark color, that's what you want to have today.
Yes. I never put water because when I put water, it doesn't turn out well.
Is that right?
With the
Yes.
bubbles, it divides. So I just do the sugar.
Or they will prevent, the burning.
Burning,
Yeah.
right.
But I know what you mean. Sometimes, you make caramel sauce, just the
Yes.
sugar.
Yes.
And then let it sit for a while. At the
And then
last
it
minute,
hardens and you don't get the caramel.
Yes, right.
대추를 갖다가 이제
So these
요안에
are
보면
대추 in Korean, jujubes, and you have to pick the seeds. And the way you do it is, I will let you do a couple.
Yes. I've seen these
Uh-huh.
at the market, but I
Yeah.
never knew how.
Then look the way Mrs. Han does, you turn it around. That way you can...
Around-
yes,
around the center.
Around the center. Then you get rid of the... Oops, I'm sorry. Get rid of the
pit.
seed in the pit
So
inside.
you just keep this.
Yes, yes. Do one more. And after that, you will cut it into 2 or 3 pieces, depending on the size you are using. So these are jujubes. In Korea, it's daechu. And if you go
Daechu.
to Namdaemun Market or
Yes,
those
I've
places,
seen them, yes.
you will see them plenty everywhere. So as I mentioned before, we consider jujubes and pine nuts or chestnuts like almost Chinese medicine. We do even mix it with the
really?
Chinese herb too.
But could I eat
Yeah.
this?
Oh, sure,
as-
taste it. See what it is like. It's almost like your dates.
a
Dried
little like a
dates,
date.
yeah. So here we prepared the jujubes here. Next step is chestnuts. And chestnuts we already peeled. You just cut it in half.
Slices or half?
Cut it into half size. 그
그냥
정도는?
넣으면
Yeah.
너무 달지
Yeah.
않고
Right.
익는데 시간이
Yeah.
오래 걸리니까 이것도
Right.
잠깐 졸여줘야겠어요.
Also, chestnuts are hard, and you also want the sweet flavor. So, other ingredients you don't cook, but this one we'll cook with the sugar to make it soften it. Also, give a little bit of sweet flavor to the chestnuts.
And how long will you
볼까요?
cook that?
단단한 게
And this
없어지죠.
we're gonna steam later, so you don't really have to cook too long. Just about maybe 10 minutes.
Just to soften it.
Soften it and
Yeah.
gives a sweet flavor of sugar.
그래서 여기 이제 까맣게
Yeah.
되겠죠.
Yeah.
그러면은 이제 불을 끄시면
Yeah,
돼요.
so we will add it, turn it real dark brown. So this dish later you will see it's real dark brown color. So we want the caramel sauce to become very deep brown.
이제 그대로 놔두면 이게 금방 굳어버려요.
Yeah, yeah.
그러니까
Yeah.
여기에 그 뜨거운 물을 좀 준비해가지고
Once the
조금
sauce turns a deep brown color, Mrs. Han adds a little bit of more water. That way it doesn't harden right away. We don't want to go too close.
This is the critical.
Yeah. So that's the caramel sauce we
굳어버리니까.
prepared. It's a little bit different from how you make caramel sauce.
Yes.
She added water in the
Water.
beginning. At the last thing, she also added water. That will prevent the caramel sauce become hardening. So this is what she made before. It's a nice liquid we'll add here. Yeah.
맞춰줄게요. 이렇게 돼서 캐러멜 소스를 만들었어요.
So the caramel sauce is ready here. Next step is we're going to cook the chestnuts with the water and the sugar.
예, 그런데 그 약이라는 단어가 들어갈 때 꿀이나 참기름이 들어갈 때는
Yeah.
꼭 약이라는 소리가 들어가요.
And from old days, especially if you use honey and sesame oil, many dishes use yak. And yakshik is also called 얍밥, which is medicine rice. Pap as a rice. So 얍밥 is another
yes.
meaning. Yeah. So here we're going to mix the rice and also the one we are cooking there, chestnuts. It has to be weighed a little bit.
네,
그렇죠?
여기 이제 밥이 쪄진 게 있죠.
So here, as we showed
뜨거운
before,
밥이에요.
this is very hot steamed
예.
sweet rice. We'll
이렇게
dump it
해서
in this
여기다가
pan.
이제 담으세요.
Yeah.
밥을.
This is a huge quantity
Yes,
he's
yeah.
making.
And usually when we make it at home, we don't make it small. We usually make plenty
Yes.
that will last for a while or share with your neighborhoods and relatives. First thing we're going to do is put sweet flavor, which is 3 kinds here.
설탕이 두
예.
종류가 있어요. 그러니까 요거는 조금 향이 더 있는 거니까는 두 가지를 좀 같이 넣어서.
So we use brown rice and regular rice for the sweet flavor.
This is sugar, the brown
Brown
sugar.
So 2 cups of rice, 2 cups of sugar for 5 cups of cooked rice. So it's as I said, it's a rice, but it's a dessert dish.
Yes, very
so,
sweet.
Yes, very sweet.
설탕하고 꿀이
Yeah.
다른 거는 좀
Yeah.
향이 있어서
And then we put
일단 좀,
honey,
예.
has its distinctive flavor of honey. We want to put that in. As you know, if you want to mix with the sugar, the ingredient has to be hot. That way it
yes.
absorbs the sugar well
right.
and you can mix well. So it's very important to mix the sugar and honey while the rice is very hot.
So it melts the sugar as you're
Definitely.
stirring.
And then
Yes.
the rice absorbs the sweet flavor better. 제가 한번 치실까요, 선생님?
그래요.
You want me to turn?
Shall we do
I'm
all
getting all
of
the
it?
vapor
Yes, yeah, come over here. So I clean up here a little bit. So here, Eve is mixing the sweet rice with the sweet things such as sugar, 2 kinds of sugar and honey.
네.
And then here, after that, we will
예.
mix this.
검정색으로
Yeah,
간장하고
yeah.
캐러멜.
So now you're putting the
Put a little bit
caramel,
of caramel.
and I keep stirring.
Yes.
And
So
this
we
is all-
remember we are adding sweet flavor first before we put the soy sauce, the dark color.
Now the rice, I forget, how long does it have to be?
Cooked for about an hour.
An hour.
Yeah,
So it's
steaming it
quite
about
a
an hour.
long procedure.
Yes.
Yes.
And then we'll put a little bit of soy sauce. So this adds the soy sauce flavor and also the black color.
그리고 제가 한번 좀 맛을
Yeah,
맞춰볼게요.
yeah. And we're going to pass it to Mrs. Hans so she can adjust
she stirs
the flavor.
better.
Yes. And adjust
이게
the
이제 간이
flavor. 그죠?
맞으려고요. 이제 이렇게 되면은
Yeah.
이거는 까만 밥이거든요.
Yeah.
색이 좀 진하도록.
Yeah. And yakshik is a dark brown, almost black color food. So you adjust the color by adding the soy sauce and then the caramel sauce. 좀 더 넣을까요, 선생님?
간장을 많이
Yeah.
넣지 말고요.
Yeah.
간장은
This is
Soy sauce.
soy sauce.
You just add a little bit.
조금 더 맛으로 이제
Since it's
넣고
salty.
조금 소금 간도 맞추면
그래요?
좋겠죠.
And then-
단맛만 있으면 안 나니까는요.
This is salt.
Oh,
Add a little bit of
salt.
salt.
Little
Yeah.
salt.
네. 근데 그러면은 요거 이제 밥은 다 달게 됐거든요.
So rice is all mixed with the sweet flavor. And then
여기에다가
soy sauce. Yeah.
요거 이제 대추
Jujubes.
그다음에는 여기에 조린 라면.
Yeah, we are cooking
These
the
are the
chestnuts.
chestnuts.
These are the ones that's already cooked. We are
I see.
cooking. So this is
네.
basically cooked chestnuts with the water and sugar.
Can I try one?
Sure, yes.
See? A little one.
That's the privilege of cook. You get to taste while you're cooking. So we have here jujubes and also chestnuts that's been cooked for a while. And then cherry,
그래요.
that's good.
예. 그다음에 여기에다가
And
잣을
then
넣는데
yes, pine nuts called chat.
아래 여기 꽃가루 떼고서는 넣어야
Yeah.
되겠어요.
Can I just show it to you? When you buy pine nuts, sometimes you see the brown tip
Yes.
at the end, and you want to get rid of them for this dish because it's just kind of nice look.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
So it's not a question of taste, it's more a question of
yes,
aesthetics.
Yes. Nice new look. So we'll add pine nuts.
이렇게
Yeah.
넉넉히
Yeah.
넣고 그다음에 맨 끝으로 향이 있어야겠죠.
Right.
그러니까
Yeah.
참기름 넣고
Yeah.
약식이니까 참기름.
So this is the last stage to add a little bit of extra flavor and then there's a smell. You are using the cinnamon powder and then also sesame oil. That gives the extra flavor, yes. And you can tell how important sesame oil is to Korean cooking. We use just about at every dish at the last stage just to add the flavor.
Yes, even in fish and meat dishes.
Yes, yes. So, there's basically 3 stages of cooking this. We are steaming in the beginning the rice for about an hour. After that, we mix all the rest of the ingredients together and we put the also spice and seasoning. We let it sit for about an hour. That way the rice will absorb all the sweetness and then the cinnamon powder. So after you let it sit about an hour, and then you're going to steam again. So this
Oh,
is
you're going to steam this
again.
once more.
Yes, there's 3
Stages.
stages. You're going to do it.
맛이 잘
Yes.
들도록.
There's something about chestnuts. Isn't there a symbolic meaning to chestnut? Mothers-in-law, I
Oh,
heard.
yeah. Oh, you're talking about the wedding. There's a ceremony called pebek. That's when the mother-in-law will, throw a palm.
The chestnuts
Yeah.
in the dress.
There's a certain ceremony and certain cloth she pulls out, and then you throw it and saying, there you get lots of kids, lots of boys, and lots of girls, of course.
이렇게 해서
Yeah.
저기다 찌면 돼요.
Yeah. So
지금 이제
here, after you let it sit for about an hour, you assemble it in a steamer, and then this is the final steaming again.
And you use these wooden steams.
Yeah, this is good. If you don't have it, of course, any steamer will do, and then we'll put it over
뜨거우니까
here.
조심하시고.
So this is one we already steamed before. So I will take this one out. It's hot. There. And then I will add this.
Should I put this one here?
Yeah, be careful.
Wait,
It's a little
let me
hot.
take this. Sorry.
and then
And I
put the
cover,
lid.
yeah.
So after cooking about an hour, this is what you're getting. These are steamed yakshik.
How long has this steamed now? This
About
time?
an hour.
An hour.
Yes. The first time we steamed about an hour, and this time again we steamed about an hour.
이렇게 돼서 아주
looks
단발이
very nice,
됐어요.
yes.
그러면은
Yeah.
이제 다 이것이 된 건데 여러 가지 있죠. 우리
Yeah.
워낙은 이런 합이라고
Yeah.
하는 뚜껑이 있는 그릇에다가 이렇게
Yeah.
밥으로
Yeah.
먹고요.
So Mrs. Han is explaining how you would serve. Sometimes we use this kind of wooden container called hop. That you can serve it this way, or sometimes you can make a rectangle cake and slice it, or these days you can use a small mold and then make a shape
like a
cupcake.
custard,
Yeah, custard. Yes,
like
that's
a
right.
pudding-like.
Yes.
예, 그러니까 여기에 이렇게 이제 담은 것도 있고 지금 그렇게 한다면은
Yeah.
여기 작은 그릇에다가
Yeah.
한번 담아 보시죠.
Yeah.
여기다
So to make a
스푼을
small
넣어서
mold
Yes,
now.
there you can do it with the
Okay.
spoon. Let's find the spoon for
But
her.
this
Here.
is eaten cold or
No, this is eaten cold. I'm sorry.
cold.
Yes, I'm sorry. It's eaten cold, and when it's hot, you should actually keep the shape that way.
Yes,
Once
you
it's
can
cooled
shape
down,
it better
yes.
when it's-
That's right.
so I should fill it as much as
Fill
possible.
it and pound it.
flatten it, yeah.
Yes, smells
이렇게 해서
good.
조금 눌러가지고 이제 되면 되죠. 그럼 한번 요 접시에다가 쏟아서 담아볼게요.
여기다가.
여기다 담아보세요.
And then adding those plastic wrap helps
네.
to take out.
그렇게
there.
하고
Oh, so we could shape all of
Yes,
this
yeah.
in
In
little
this way,
mounds.
it really is up to
그리고
you.
이렇게
Or
놓으면
this is a
여기가
traditional way of serving here.
Lovely.
모양이 안 나니까 위에다가 이렇게
Yeah.
좀
And this
And
is
then
the
you can
final
add
decoration.
a little bit of pine nuts at the top to decorate it.
And this can keep a long time. Once it's done like
and
this,
then you
could
can freeze it also, or you can, of course, keep it in refrigerator. Yeah. So this is menu, today's menu, yakshik, all done. How do you like today's recipe?
I like it. I'd like to try it. And I think it looks very complicated. And then when you start to do it, you
Yeah,
realize
it's not really that
it's
simple.
doable.
Yes, if you
but
follow the step by step,
Yes.
it's not that difficult. So shall we look at the procedure one more time?
Korea has developed an array of traditional desserts. Some of them taste crisp and flaky, while others are moist and savory. Among them, homemade traditional sweets or han과 are served at all special events and celebrations as a special delicacy. Among various kinds of traditional sweets or han과, osekkangjang, or five-color fried and coated sweet rice snacks, are one of the most elaborate and eye-appealing snacks. It is so delicately beautiful and sweet that extremely tender care is required in every step of making them. The most important and time-consuming part is to make the colors to tint kangjang. To make the red color, place the root of jicho in a bowl and add some vegetable oil. Keep stirring until the red color steeps well. Set aside the red liquid. Soak chija, or gardenia seeds, in water and wait until the yellow color comes out well into the water. Rub well the chopped and fried sweet rice with these two colors for even coloring. At this stage, you can get a pink color by using lesser amounts of red liquid than when coloring red. As you have seen, red, pink, and yellow colors are created by using natural materials, such as the root of jicho, or a bracket fungus of the genus Fomes, and chija, or gardenia seeds. After making red, pink, and yellow colored coatings, prepare black sesame and white sesame, which will provide the black and white color. 5 different color coatings make this dessert look quite appealing. The next step is to prepare kangjang itself. For making kangjang, sweet rice powder mixed with the proper amount of water is kneaded and shaped, cooked, and then finally fried in oil. After being fried, flat and small pieces of kangjang will be swollen. Fried gangjang are then dipped in honey and finally coated with the already prepared 5 natural colors, including black sesame and white sesame. Since the process of making osekkangjang, or 5-color fried and coated sweet rice snacks, are very much time-consuming and labor-intensive, they are usually passed through many cooperative hands before being served. When making gangjang, Koreans pool their labors and tools and work together. After being coated with 5 different colors, they are skewered, alternating the colors and decorated with fried corns as a last touch to raise the visual effect. 5-colored kangjang, which is often eaten as a delicacy on special holidays, festivals, and ritual ceremonies, surely heightens the festive mood on account of its beautiful assembling and decoration. In addition to its beautiful, eye-appealing appearance, it is easily digested since gangjang is made of sweet rice powder, and hence enjoyed by all ages, along with other traditional sweets.
Steamed sweet rice yaksik is what we prepared today. Let's have some. Yeah. So as we did before, there are 2 ways, a couple ways of serving this. 그렇게 할까요? Oh, and also we get to have some Korean green tea. I'll pass this to Eve.
Thank you.
So this is green tea, and that's we call rice punch, 식혜. It's a cold drink, and this is a hot green tea you can enjoy with your yaksik. And yaksik, as we mentioned, it's a dessert dish.
And I've seen rice cakes, but not like this. Creamier.
Yeah,
much creamier.
Sometimes you pound or you use
yes,
powder.
I see. I've never
but
seen
this
it like
one
this.
is, just the way the rice is. So it's sticky. This the name is sweet rice, but it's sometimes we call glutinous because it's very, very sticky and chewy.
매우 좋아요.
매우 좋아요. Wonderful.
It's good. Very good.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you like it.
So this is something
Yeah.
you would prepare on a normal occasion, or is it something a little more
I think a
special?
little more than normal occasion.
Yes.
In old days, we of course prepare in special holidays, but
Yes.
nowadays, things are plentiful, and you like the treat, so you
Yes.
will make this often, and also you can buy them at a store too. But of course, homemade is you can't beat
because it's
homemade.
quite a long procedure. I mean, just steaming the rice,
Right, yeah.
1 hour,
Yeah.
and then once it's done, another hour.
Yeah. So if you have a special occasion that you want to prepare yaksik, usually you do day or so in advance and prepare it, and then that way you don't have to do it it's impossible to do it at the same day.
No, but the practical thing is that you can make a great quantity,
Yes,
and it can keep.
right.
So
And Korean custom is when you make this kind of special dish, you share with your neighbors and with your relatives, which is very important. So nobody makes just a little bit. Everybody makes whole lot of amount, and then you bring them. Because I remember when I was young, and we would receive these kinds from the neighbors. And that was such a treat for us. No work, but you receive this duck, rice
Maybe a
cake.
way to get to know my neighbors here in Korea.
그리고
예.
저기 한국의 음식은 이렇게 푸짐한 것이 특징이기 때문에 지금 저렇게 혼자 드시도록 하는 거는 요즘에 이제
그렇죠. And also one characteristics of Korean food is plentifulness. We don't really like one serving. So this kind of thing is a new way of doing it, nowadays. But in old days, we would always make it this big thing, and then you might slice it to serve.
yes.
But that's how we would do it.
Yeah.
So you think you will make it at home, do you think?
I think I can try, maybe with a pressure cooker.
Yeah, that's right. That will definitely.
I don't know.
그런 밥도 있어요.
예.
밥처럼 짓는 방법, 압력솥으로.
So
그럼 편하죠.
you could definitely use pressure cooker,
Pressure,
which will
yeah.
shorten your cooking time.
Yes.
Then again, it's not as fun as making traditional way. I
No,
don't
of
think.
course. Of course, I would never make it for Mrs. Han. Never.
So did you enjoy today's recipe? Even though it takes time to prepare, it really is worth the effort. I do hope you will make yakshik at home, or at least have a chance to try it and experience the pleasure of Korean cuisine. Thank you, Mrs. Han and Eve, for coming today. Hope to see you soon. 안녕히 계세요.